So this tag video is called How Often Do You? And I was tagged by Nona Grace. And there's 16 questions, and they are all about how often do you do certain chores around your home. So I thought this was really fitting for me. This will be fun, and I'm really looking forward to hearing other people's answers. So do go over and watch Nona Grace's video. I believe she was tagged by Life with Patty. I think she might have originally made up this tag, so I think she's the author of this tag. But do go over and watch Nona Grace, and then from there you can watch Life with Patty, and I am going to be tagging someone too, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's jump into the questions. There's 16. Question number 1, how often do you wash your sheets? I wash my sheets about once a week. Sometimes I'll go 2 weeks. It kind of depends. It just depends on the week, and sometimes if we've gone camping or we've traveled or anything like that, I may let my sheets go longer, but I do try to do them once a week. I try to follow the Fly Ladies weekly home blessing routine. I've talked about that before. Let me know if you're curious and you want me to do a quick little video on that, I will, but I have talked about it. I follow her routines quite a bit, and it's a very simple one, so that falls into the weekly home blessing category. So I do that. And then question number 2 is mop your floors. I do a quick mopping of my floors once a week. So that's also in the weekly home blessing. It's chores you do on a weekly basis, actually, and you just go through and you do them quick. It's not deep cleaning. I don't deep clean my floors once a week, but I do mop them at least once a week. Question number 2, vacuum your carpets and rugs once a week. It takes me about, honestly, 5 minutes to just run the vacuum very quickly once a week on my carpets. And John's actually way better at vacuuming than I do. So about once a month, he will actually do the deep vacuuming. And I told him when he retires, that's going to be his job, is to vacuum. He's so much better at it than I am. Question number 4, wash your animals' water bowls. That gets done, the water bowls, actually every single day. We do wash, because whenever I refill Roscoe has a water bowl, and he also has water cups. He loves cups, and we have specific plastic cups for him. And so they get washed, and I actually stick them in the dishwasher. He's my little Yorkie. I only have one pet. Now I do take care of some outside cats sometimes, and I do have a bowl of water out there, and I do wash those probably every other day or so when I come in to refill them. So it's kind of how I do it. Question number 5, how often do you clean your toilet? I have 3 toilets. The ones that get used, the 2 that get used on a regular basis, they get pretty much cleaned once a day because I do the Fly Lady swish and swipe. So I do wipe down bathroom mirrors and the countertops and just quickly clean the toilet about once a day, honestly. Now the third guest bathroom that we don't use that often, I don't do it as often, and I'll probably make sure that gets a thorough cleaning at least once a week. Question number 6, clean your shower and tub. That pretty much gets done as we use it. We have a bathtub and shower, and then we have a shower. We have another shower downstairs that never gets used. So that one does get cleaned about maybe once a month. But the ones we use on a regular basis, they pretty much get cleaned when we're done using them. I've just learned over the years that if you just wipe them out real quick after you're done, you don't get that soap scum buildup. So that's just easier for me. And normally in the morning when I do my swish and swipe, if I notice any soap scum, or I have missed and I do miss a couple days sometimes, I'll just sprinkle, I like Comet, I'll just sprinkle a little Comet on the bottom of the shower floor or the bathtub, and just give it a good, just let it sit for a little bit, and then wipe it and rinse it. That's the best thing I've learned to use, so that works for us. And then question number 7, how often do you clean your refrigerator? I try to clean out my refrigerator Honestly, it's on my list to do once a week. And because when I do my grocery pickup, I like to kind of go through the fridge and make sure everything's cleaned out. And then that helps me to inventory my leftovers and not waste as much food. And I don't take every single thing out of the fridge. I'll do it shelf by shelf and then wipe down the shelf and put things back in. Now, how often do I take everything out of the fridge and do like a deep clean? Probably not, probably once every couple months, honestly, to be honest. So, yeah. Number 8, how often do you vacuum out your vehicles? Well, your vehicle, because John's truck, he washes it. We have a power wash, and he power washes his truck and my car. Probably now that it's really cold here in Colorado, not as often. But if we're out in the streets and they've got the salt on the street, we don't like to have that sit on our cars. So we do make sure we wash those, and we usually vacuum them. But I vacuum them out when we wash them. So, we don't have kids in our cars. I do have Roscoe, and he has been known to trek mud and like things, and they're all over my leather seats, and I have to wipe down the leather seats. And if you watch my car vlogs, I'm sure you've seen some of that. Or he always smudges my window, my driver's side window. When you watch my car vlogs, and you always see these smudges. I will wipe those, and then like 2 days later, if he's in the car, because he sticks his nose right on there, wanting to know if we're going to go get ice cream or something, So he's always wanting to look out that window, and he's always leaving smudge marks. But I don't have a lot of crumbs and things like that to vacuum out of my car, so I really don't have to vacuum as often. So I guess I would say about once a month, really. How often do you dust your house? I do dust my house about once a week. It's also with the Fly Ladies home blessing routine. And what I do is I just use a Swiffer duster, and I go through and I just dust. There's some deep cleaning routines too that you can do like on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis in her system. Anyway, so I do get around to like deep cleaning and wiping down light fixtures and things like that. I live in a very dusty climate. Let me just say that. I'm out here on pretty much I'm like 30 minutes from the mountains in one direction and 20 minutes from what they call the high desert in the other direction. And it gets windy sometimes, and we get a lot of dust, and the humidity level here is usually pretty low. It's been higher though, like 80% the last couple days, and I can feel it because it's cold. We get cold, but when it gets high humidity, it does cut down on the dust, but it gets that bone chilling cold that I'm not used to here, and that's what we've been dealing with lately. But when it's dry like it normally is, and the humidity is low, it can get very, very dusty here, more so than some other places in the country. So if you're in a place where you get lots of rain and things like that, maybe you don't have to dust as often, but where I'm at, it gets very dusty. So I do try to keep my house dusted, especially since John's got allergies, and it's just better. So I do that. And then question number 11. How often do you do laundry? I do try to do a load at least every other day or so. It's just the way I like to do it, and it works better for me than waiting and doing it like once a week. It's like doing laundry, doing a load of dishes in the dishwasher. I load up the dishwasher, I reboot my laundry, I fold them, put them away, and and I'm wearing probably 2 outfits a day because I go to the gym, I come home, I change clothes, and then put my everyday clothes on. So I do laundry almost every day. How often do you brush your teeth? At least twice a day, morning and evening, and sometimes in the afternoon, just depending. How often do you wash your hair? 2 to 3 times a week. That's it for me, because I just don't need to wash it any more than that. How often do you shave your legs? Well, I probably should shave them more than I do, but I probably only shave my legs once every couple weeks, honestly. So I think my arms get more hair on them these days than my legs. But yeah, I probably every couple weeks, and I probably should do it more often. Okay, how often do you wash your windows? I wash my windows really good at least twice a year, and sometimes 3 times a year. And that's really it. Like, it gets really dusty, like I said. So if I want to be able to get good sunlight in my windows, which I really love having the sun shine through the windows in the wintertime, I have to keep the windows clean. So I always try to do it at the end of fall, going into winter when the days are getting shorter. And then in springtime, I try to do them again. So at least twice a year, and I'll do all the windows, but then throughout the year when I just notice like the kitchen window might need it more often, or our back patio door when, it's a big glass, sliding glass. That one I do way more often and things like that. So yeah. How often okay, here's the final question. How often do you get your hair cut? I get my hair cut about every 6 weeks, give or take. So that's it, just every 6 weeks. I have a simple hair cut, and my hair does seem to grow fast. And so like right now it's a little bit longer than what I like it to be. So I'm probably gonna go get a haircut here soon. I get my hair cut every 6 weeks, give or take. So I was really struggling to figure out who to tag. And so I think what I'm going to do is leave it with you. If you've arrived at the end of this video and you are resonating with this, please jump in and consider yourself tagged and do the video and just say you were tagged by Vicki Marie, and let me know so that I can come over and watch your video. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.